Thank you, Ambassador. We understand that the Palestinians will be seeking the full membership of the United Nations during the presidency of Malta in the Security Council. Can you walk us chronologically through the steps, and when will this process start? And I do have a follow-up, if I may.
Okay. So the process has to be kick-started by the applicant state itself, so by Palestine. The Palestinians are expected to present the presidency with a letter outlining their request for the Security Council to consider full membership to the United Nations. I understand that the letter will be sent to the President of the Security Council, the President of the General Assembly, and also the Secretary General, and will outline the reasons why they believe that they fulfill all the criteria for full membership. We have not seen this letter yet. We expect it in the next few days. As soon as it is received, the presidency will circulate the letter. Obviously, that's the first step for us. And then we would have to schedule a meeting. We don't know exactly what form, what will be requested in the meeting. In the letter, I mean, if it is full membership, then normally what happens is that the Security Council would meet to discuss the request. The Council would agree to send the request to the Standing Committee on New Members, and the Security Council Security Council meeting would close, and it would reconvene in committee format. The Standing Committee on New Membership is the same formation as the Security Council and is presided over by the current presidency. That meets as a committee, however, the subsidiary body, so it would not meet in the council, but in a closed meeting in a committee room. And there, the committee would discuss whatever the question, what was requested by Palestine, full membership, clearly, unless there's anything else. But we're assuming, not having seen the letter, that what will be considered will be full membership. In 2011, there was this process already, and it ended there. We understand that the request could be the continuation of the 2011 process, but we have to see the letter to understand it. If that is the case, then the committee would discuss again the application and the reasons and the arguments which were laid out by the applicant state. And the committee would have to decide by consensus on the next step, whether it would recommend the membership to the General Assembly. If the committee cannot agree on the next steps to take, which is what happened in 2011, then the committee would have to terminate its work and send the issue to the Security Council, which would meet in chamber and would vote on whether it would recommend the General Assembly to consider membership. If the Security Council at that point agrees, then the membership is kicked over to the General Assembly, where there will be a discussion and a vote to send it back to the Security Council. Then the Security Council would actually vote. If the General Assembly's decision is for the Security Council to accept the request by Palestine, then there would be a vote on membership. Now, going back a few steps, after the committee meets and the question goes to the Security Council, if at that point the Security Council votes on whether to send the request for deliberation to the General Assembly is vetoed, then the process ends there. But of course, it kickstarts now the process of the veto initiative. So that would be, there would still be a discussion, or the ESS, so there would still be some discussion in the General Assembly. But
can we assume that the ministerial meeting on the 18th of April, will discuss this matter in the Middle East Forum attended by ministers? And my last point is, we all know, and it's a foregone conclusion, that the United States will veto such a request. Why are we going through this process? Is it just to strengthen world opinion, to use the climate of support to the Palestinians? What's the point?
Wait, to answer your last question first, it's not a question to put to me. It's a question to put to the applicant. They know that there might be this outcome, and they have to decide whether they wish to start the process or not. But if they start the process by sending the letter to the Security Council, as presidency, our role is to action it. That's all. So the strategy of it and why not really belongs to the Palestinians and the Arab group. I cannot speculate on why they are doing it or why they aren't. The meeting on until we receive that letter, we don't know. The letter might be received after the 18th, so I don't know. But until I receive the letter, I don't know whether it will be up for discussion on the 18th or not. I would assume that they would want to send it as early in the month as possible so that there would be a full month under one presidency working on it. We would, of course, action it immediately. So an assumption would be that it would be part of the discussion on the 18th. But that is not what the 18th is, a quarterly mandated open debate on the Middle East. It's not an event which is put on the program by Malta. Yes, it is ministerial level. It is ministerial. We felt it was important because of the situation on the ground and because there has been this period of Ramadan and the first opportunity for Arab ministers to be in the council after Ramadan and be there in person. So when we were scheduling and preparing our program of work, we felt that it was important for it to be elevated to a higher level, but it is the quarterly open debate.